What's happening, everybody? This is Big Temp with the Cave Cast. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr.
What's going on, man?
Game Type Mike. We are doing a tournament for NCAA tournament bracket. You know, everybody's doing one. This is that time of year where March Madness is in full force, right? And everybody's got their brackets filled out. Uh, we enjoy it. I enjoy it. Mike, he says he's not as much into college basketball, but I don't think that's true. I think he just
I just,
tries.
I just haven't been, I just haven't been paying attention to it this year, man. It's just,
Well,
yeah.
you know how that goes. We all have our favorites. Me myself, I prefer all basketball, college, pro, high school. It doesn't matter. And to me, this is like one of the most exciting. I remember those days when I was younger, and me and my brother, we would be up to all times like midnight, right? Watching all the games because they only be on CBS. So we'd be on all the time watching up late night, especially like right up, this time of the year, school was still in, and you're like, okay, spring break is going on, right? What are we doing? What we're watching the NCAA tournament. So that's what we did. It brings back a lot of memories for me. So uh, just in case you guys, hear something, I'm under the weather a little bit. I've got a little bit of a seasonal allergy thing going on, so it's kind of messing with my voice. I've got a little something going on here. I'm trying to fight through it. So I'm here to make sure that I put this content out. Some of you guys may see the bracket and be like, he picked who? Why? And this is just know that this is just how I do. Sometimes I pick, teams that maybe somebody's not thinking about. Just how it works. We have seen strange things happen during the NCAA tournament here, especially within the last 5 years. We've seen some crazy things happen. So, uh, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Uh, same old same.
Well, for
So,
those of you who don't know, we are in the middle of the map in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas to be exact, and
hey,
we are hosting the NCAA tournament first round here in Wichita, Kansas at our downtown Intrust Bank Arena. And it is starting tomorrow. Mike will have the pleasure of being there tomorrow. He'll be there for a little bit. And we'll see who comes out of this region. So we are going to start by looking at the bracket. We have got it
it's too
pulled up.
bad.
Huh?
It's too bad Wichita State's not in, man.
Yeah, it
That
is.
would be cool. That would be hella cool.
Hasn't looked good for Wichita State here the last couple years. Not good. So
Yeah,
maybe we'll get
unfortunately.
back there pretty soon. Maybe we'll get back there pretty soon. But we do have a bracket pulled up, and we're going to start with our NCAA tournament. And right now, I think we're going to start in. Let's see. I think we're going to start in the South. Okay, in the South region, we have number one seed Auburn versus Alabama State. Alabama State, if I recall, they wind up beating. Yeah, they beat St. Francis 70-68 to advance. That was their play-in game. So I'm actually not gonna sit here along with this. Alabama's gonna win this. Okay. So I'm just saying, Alabama's gonna win this. Uh, we're gonna go into the next game. It's gonna be Louisville versus Creighton. I'm actually gonna pick Creighton in this game. I know Louisville's. You
I'm
know,
going with Louisville.
you go right ahead and do that, sir.
I'm going with Louisville on that one. Michigan winning the next game too. Calling it.
So, hey, I'm going to say this. There has been plenty of 12s that have beaten the 5. Plenty of 12s that have beaten the 5.
Not this
Oof.
one.
UC
I
San
don't see it.
Diego. You know what? I'm picking UC San Diego to beat Michigan. There's a lot of
You
Michigan
just
fans
doing
that are
it
going to.
just cause.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I do certain things that people don't understand sometimes, and I'm telling you. Texas A&M versus Yale. I'm picking Texas A&M. He said I'm doing it just because. Uh, Next on the list, we have Ole Miss versus North Carolina. Now listen, how do I say
I don't
this?
know about that one.
Hold on. How do I say this? So, Ole Miss and North Carolina. North Carolina got in by the skin of his teeth. It was, I think they said, the very last team to get picked to be put into the tournament. I have seen crazier things happen, right? I think North Carolina might, I mean, they could be inspired to make a run to get into this tournament, and I'm going to pick them to win this game. An 11 beats a 6. North Carolina is the team I'm going to pick to win that. I know people don't like that, but that's
He
how
just
I see
going.
it.
He's just going on the underdog run today. That's all that is, yo.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. North Carolina, they feel like maybe they've been disrespected. I mean, maybe they made some mistakes, and it's a new part of the season. They got a chance to make up for it. I'm gonna pick North Carolina to win that game, right? Iowa State versus Lipscomb. I'm gonna pick Iowa State. Iowa State's been pretty good this year. Marquette versus New Mexico. I'm picking Marquette.
I'm picking Marquette. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking Marquette.
I'm picking Michigan State. If you
I
say
am.
Bryant, bro, be for real.
I'm not.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way you picking Bryant over Michigan State.
I'm picking Michigan State.
Hell no. I was gonna say
Oh my
this
God,
next
he's
one
like,
too. Be careful. This next one.
okay, so we're gonna go down now into the West. Okay, going down into the
Don't do
West.
it.
Florida versus Norfolk State. I'm picking Florida.
Okay,
Florida's been very good this year. Very good
bro.
this
Florida
year.
been like I ain't like I said. I ain't been paying attention to college basketball like too much, but I know
Yeah,
Florida is cold.
yeah.
So
UConn versus Oklahoma. UConn has struggled some this year. They have
I'm going
struggled a lot.
Oklahoma.
I think I'm going to pick OU in this game. Memphis versus Colorado State. I'm picking Memphis.
I'm picking Memphis. Yeah.
Uh,
Maryland. I'm picking Maryland
Maryland
against Grand
versus
Canyon.
Grand Canyon. Yes, I'm picking them too. Uh, Missouri versus Drake. Now, this game is actually one of the games that is being played here in our hometown in Wichita, Kansas. And I think this is going to be a pretty good game, but I think Drake is going to wind up losing this game. I think Missouri is going to pull it out. So I'm picking Missouri. Texas Tech versus UNC Wilmington. This is another game being
Texas
played
Tech.
in Wichita State. I mean, in Wichita. So Texas Tech, I'm picking. KU versus Arkansas. This is going to be a tough matchup. This
I'm
is going
going
to be
KU all day.
now. I'm gonna tell you why this is, and the
It
bracket
is gonna be
people,
tough though.
they know what they did with this because Calipari is now the coach for Arkansas or Arkansas, whatever you want to call them, and this was a ratings thing, I think. So
Can
I'm I'm
we
pick
can
I'm
we
picking
can
KU.
we talk about Bill Self or no?
What do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
I
I
think
think
it's
the team.
time.
Oh man, I'm not going there. uh,
It's time.
I'm not
He
going
has
there.
two. He has two, right?
I'm
Two
not going
national
there.
championships.
Yeah. I'm not going there with Bill Self. I'm
Dad,
not. Listen,
he should have like four at the minimum.
okay, I get it, but look, they say the
With the
same thing
teams that
about.
he's had,
Yeah, but this team has not been that good.
not this year. No, I get
Yeah,
it. This year they're not all that great. I'm just talking about like previous
no,
teams
no.
that he should have like when they lost that national championship to what was that team? Why isn't it coming to me?
Well, they beat
A team
North
they shouldn't have
Carolina.
lost to.
They beat North Carolina to win a
No,
championship.
it was the team. It was a team everybody thought they was gonna beat, and they ended up losing. I don't know why I can't think of them right now.
What this last couple years? You mean? Um, you would bring that up when I'm not
I'm just saying,
not thinking
man.
of it.
I'm
Uh,
about to look at it right now.
yeah. So to me, I don't know if you could say I don't know if you could say that Bill Self, it's time because the dude is still won championships. They're still competitive. They're still in the NCAA tournament every year, and it's not always the best team that wins it, right? Sometimes
Listen,
it's
no,
just
I
the team that
I
gets hot.
get that, but man, I don't
I'm
know,
just saying.
man.
I'm just saying. They just haven't gelled really well together this year. A couple of these guys, I could say, are suspect as far as their passion. Uh, I don't know. I don't think Hunter Dickinson is a good fit in a Bill Self system. I really don't. That's just me. So, uh,
Hey,
next game, St. John's versus Omaha. Now you're going to tell me you know who they lost to recently. Is that what you're getting ready to tell me? I'm picking
I'm
St.
trying to
John's.
find it.
Yeah. Uh, we also have with St. John's. Let's talk about that because St. John's has been on a tear as well, and St. John's has been very good. St. John's has been very good this year. I do appreciate how well they've played this year. I think they've been very good. uh, Rick Pitino. I mean, the dude is a great coach. I get what happened, while he was, you know, the last time he was a head coach of a basketball team at a powerhouse. I get what happened. I remember it very well. Louisville got into some trouble behind it, but I think he's proven himself as a coach. He's a good coach. So next we have an East Duke versus Mount St. Mary's. Duke's gonna win this game. I wonder. I don't know how much Cooper Flag is gonna play. We'll see. Uh,
If
next
Cooper
game,
Flags, if Cooper Flag plays, they win.
of course, I think so too. Mississippi State versus Baylor. Whew. I'm picking Mississippi State. I'm picking Mississippi State. Mississippi State is. I'll put it like this: the SEC put in a lot of teams from this in this tournament. There's 14 teams from the SEC in this tournament. 14. That's a record. That is a fucking record.
That's
Next
cheating.
game. It's not cheating. Oregon versus Liberty. I'm picking Oregon. I'm not picking a 12 to beat a 5 this time. Uh, Arizona
Didn't
versus
you just pick a
Akron.
12 to beat a 6?
I picked the 12 to beat a 5 on when it was Michigan playing UC San Diego. I did pick San Diego. I did pick San Diego to get to win that game. I picked Michigan to lose, but I'm not going to do it this time. I'm picking Oregon over Liberty. Next game is Arizona versus Akron. I'm picking Arizona. We also have BYU versus VCU. I'm picking BYU. What? You had something to say? You didn't like that pick, Mike?
Oh no, that wasn't me.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
my phone was going on.
All right. So next game, Wisconsin versus Montana. I can't even talk now. I'm picking Wisconsin. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. I'm picking Vanderbilt. Alabama versus Robert Morris, and I'm picking Alabama. We go back down to the Midwest. This is a game played here in Wichita again. Houston versus, I want to say SIU Edwardsville. I'm picking Houston. Gonzaga versus Georgia, another game played in Wichita. I'm picking Georgia to win this game. I know Gonzaga's always played good in the tournament, but I don't think this is their best year. Clemson versus McNeese State, the number 5 versus the number 12. I'm picking Clemson. Purdue, number 4, number 13 High Point. I'm picking Purdue. Illinois versus, I want to say this is Texas. I can't even see what that says.
It don't even say
That's
what
the
it
win.
is on my end.
That's the winner versus Texas versus Xavier. So whoever wins this Texas Xavier game will play Illinois. No matter who it is, I think Illinois is going to win that game. right? Kentucky versus Troy. I'm picking Kentucky.
Kentucky.
UCLA versus Utah State. That's going to be a good one. Utah State is really, really good. And the man, UCLA, I I like them. I'm going to pick Utah State. I'm going to pick Utah State in this game. Tennessee versus Wolford. I'm picking Tennessee. All right, so your first round has been picked, right? First round. Now, I could stop there, but I don't want to. I'm going to make all my picks, okay? So I'm going to pick in the South, Auburn to beat Creighton, UC San Diego to play Texas A&M. I'm going to pick Texas A&M to win that game. North Carolina versus Iowa State. Listen, I know North Carolina may have gone on a little mini run, but I think Iowa State is just really too. They're really better than North Carolina. I'm picking Iowa
Nope.
State. What do you
Not
mean?
further.
Marquette versus Michigan State. I'm gonna pick Michigan State. A lot of me wants to say Marquette, but I'm gonna go with Michigan State because Tom Izzo has his teams ready to play in the NCAA tournament all the time. We're going down to the Western bracket. Florida versus Oklahoma. I'm picking Florida. Memphis versus Maryland. I'm going to pick Maryland. Uh, Missouri versus Texas Tech. Man, I'm going with Texas Tech. KU versus St. John's. Now, everything in me tells me St. John's is going to beat Kansas in this game. And I hate to say that. A lot of people ain't going to like to hear that, especially from the Midwest.
You're a traitor. Even if you think that, you're not supposed to say that out loud. Terrible.
I'm sorry, but I
We're
gotta
gonna
be.
ban you out of.
I
We're
gotta
gonna
be.
ban you out of Kansas. Hell no. You ain't shit.
I gotta be
You ain't
honest.
supposed to say that.
I
Nah,
know that.
nah.
So I'm not supposed to be
Nope.
honest. I'm supposed to be like
Nope.
LeBron fans. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Hell
I'm, supposed,
yeah. When they come to Kansas, yep.
I'm gonna pick KU, but like I said, I think that they might lose this game.
Shaking my
KU.
head.
We're going over to the East. Duke versus Mississippi State. I'm picking Duke. Oregon versus Arizona. I'm picking Oregon because fuck the Wildcats. That's why. BYU versus Wisconsin. I'm picking Wisconsin. Vanderbilt versus Alabama. I'm picking Alabama. We come down to the Midwest. Houston versus Gonzaga. It's a no-brainer for me, Houston. Clemson versus Purdue. Man, I'm gonna pick Clemson. I think Clemson wins that game. Illinois versus Kentucky. I'm picking Kentucky. Utah State versus Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee. We are now, in the nitty gritty. We are in the nitty gritty. This is for a chance to go to the Elite Eight. Auburn versus Texas A&M. I'm picking Auburn. Iowa State versus Michigan. Oof, Michigan State. God, this is. I'm picking Michigan State. I'm picking Michigan State. Florida versus Maryland. I'm picking Florida. Texas Tech versus KU. I'm picking Kansas.
It's too late for all that. Ain't shit.
Duke versus Oregon. I'm picking Duke. Uh, God, let's see. BYU. I mean, Wisconsin versus Alabama. I'm picking Alabama. And then we have Houston versus Clemson. I'm picking Houston. I'm also picking Kentucky. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm picking Tennessee over Kentucky. So now The stage is set for your final, your Elite Eight. Okay, so we have Auburn versus Michigan State. We also have Florida, KU, Houston, Tennessee, Duke, Alabama. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 teams. All right, so we're going to start over here. Auburn versus Michigan State. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to wind up picking Michigan State. I got to be different.
Who was the other team again?
Auburn versus Michigan State.
Yeah, I'm going Michigan State.
We also have, and that's the first team to get to the Final Four. We have Florida versus KU. You're going to fuck my bracket up. You know that, right?
Make a decision.
I'm picking KU over Florida. That's
a
straight.
That's what I like to see.
That's a straight heart pick, people. That is not what my brain is telling me. That's straight.
That is exactly heart. What his brain is telling me.
No, it's not.
You're going for the upset. You're going for the upset.
We have Duke versus Alabama. I'm gonna pick Alabama. I'm picking Alabama. I'm picking Alabama to go.
That's if Cooper Flag is playing. If he's not, then forget about
it. We have Houston versus Tennessee. I'm picking Houston. So we have our Final Four. Michigan State versus KU. Alabama versus Houston. I'm going in the first game, Michigan State versus KU. I'm picking KU to win this game. Y'all see how I'm struggling to do this. And I'm picking Houston over Alabama. I'm going to pick, this is so hard. Y'all are not going to respect my bracket after this is done. I'm telling you this right now. Because everything in me says Houston is going to wind up winning this championship. If I'm picking between what I have on this bracket. But I'm going to pick KU because I'm picking home. And there you have it, people. How many total points will be scored in the championship game? I'm going to say 115. 100, yeah, let's say 115. There you go. So there we have it. We have our bracket, people. Now everybody can go back and look at the bracket, and y'all all will look at this and say to yourselves, this man just picked because it was KU. He picked all this because it was KU.
Oh.
I'm gonna and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it wasn't real. It was me picking with my heart, not my mind. Hey everyone, thanks for joining the channel today. We hope you liked it. If you can, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We have more content on the way. We also have some older content. If you haven't seen it yet, please go back and make sure you check it out. Again, thank you. We hope to see you again here at the Cavecast. Yep.